This video is sponsored by Fanta Premier. Get team lineups, live scores, injury updates, FPL stats, and even create leagues to compete with your friends online, all in one place. Download it for free on Android and iOS using the link in the description. Warning, this video contains team selection and captain choices which some viewers may find offensive. Hey guys, and welcome back to FPL TV. With yet another game week in just a few days' time, here's a quick look at how my team performed in the previous game week, before looking at my team selection and transfers for game week 20. In my previous video, I discussed using my two free transfers to ship out Marcus Alonso and Ryan Fraser, with Lovren and Pogba coming in. Transfer moves that I had just the right amount of cash to make. But unfortunately over Christmas, Alonso dropped by 0.1 million, which meant I was agonisingly priced out of this transfer route. Painfully, both Lovren and Pogba then went on to score and return double figures, which would have given me an exceptional game week. So this was definitely a lesson in keeping note of those price changes, and if you find yourself with just the right amount to make transfers, it could be best to make them early. On the positive though, I still transferred out Alonso and Fraser who blanked, and in came Pereyra and Dijk, who both returned points for me. Elsewhere, playing Wan-Bissaka proved to be a good decision, as did holding on to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who returned from injury and bagged a massive 11 points at home to Newcastle, so I'm very happy to still own him at this point. The negatives though were firstly getting the captain choice wrong, opting for Kane over Salah, which was a really tough 50-50 this week, and worst of all was Raheem Sterling continuing his dry spell. The 11.4 million midfielder has now returned a woeful 12 points in the last 5 game weeks, with the similarly priced Hazard racking up 44 points in that time. Interestingly, Hazard also went on a 5-game week dry spell earlier in the season, but has now hit a massive surge of form again. So it begs the question of being patient with Sterling and hoping he finds form, or should we be looking to get rid ASAP? Let me know what you guys plan to do with him in the comments below and on the poll attached to this video. So for game week 19, a very respectable score of 69, and as I'm recording this on Thursday, I still have Fabianski to play. As said, it could have been much better had I made the moves discussed in my previous video, but I definitely can't complain, as this score has managed to give me a very small green arrow to just outside the top 4k. So let's move on to game week 20 now, and check out my transfer considerations for the upcoming deadline. And if you're enjoying the content here at FPL TV, then please consider supporting the channel by dropping a like and most importantly getting subscribed. So my first transfer consideration this week is to make a defensive switch, with Arsenal's Kolasinac potentially going out, and Luca Digne coming in for one free transfer. Both have excellent attacking stats, and both are also struggling to keep clean sheets. So they are very similar options. However, Digne has a significantly better run of fixtures and also boasts free kicks and corners, so he seems to be the better option long term. He also faces Brighton this game week, unlike Kolasinac who plays away to Liverpool. Another consideration at this price is Ricardo Pereyra, also an attacking defender, and it's his next fixture at home to Cardiff that is very appealing to me. The second decision I have to make is whether to keep Raheem Sterling this week or not. If he was guaranteed to start against Southampton, the logical thing to do would be to remain patient with the English winger, but with such a busy schedule and Man City being out of form, I do fear that Mahrez could take his place in this one, and that uncertainty does put me off a bit, especially with the likes of Hazard racking up the points lately. Of course, Hazard would be the likely replacement, but Pogba and Son are in my considerations too. However, it could be too late for Son, as he leaves for the Asian Cup in 3 game weeks' time. So, assuming I just make the one defensive switch this week and hold on to Sterling for now, this is how my side could look for the upcoming game week 20. But be sure as always to check the FPL TV Twitter page before the deadline to see my final transfers and team selection there. Double Liverpool defence isn't ideal this week as they face Arsenal, but their defensive record has been superb of late, so there's still a chance of a clean sheet there. Everton's Luca Digne would come straight into my starting lineup if I do transfer him in, and it'll be a 5-man midfield, with Pereyra, Snodgrass and the rested Richarlison all boasting decent fixtures this game week. I'll be bringing Callum Wilson back into my side too. He's not done much lately, but United are still failing to keep clean sheets under Solskjaer, so who knows, despite the result, Wilson could nick one at Old Trafford. In terms of captaincy, it'll once again be a 50-50 choice between Mo Salah and Kane this game week. And due to Arsenal's defensive injuries, I've got a feeling the informed Salah could cause havoc against that defence. So for now, I'm edging towards the Egyptian. As for Kane, he's a strong consideration, I just worry that if there is some rotation at Spurs, then Kane could be playing with the likes of Moura and Lamela this game week, which for me makes him a little bit less appealing. On the bench this week, it's likely I'll be putting both of my Wolves players there, as they face a tricky fixture away to Tottenham. Wan-Bissaka could too miss out, but I'm yet to decide whether to place him as first or last on my bench, with the youngster impressing all season and having a home fixture this week, albeit against Chelsea. So that's my team selection video wrapped up for Game Week 20. Unfortunately, I have plans now for New Year's Eve, so this very well could be FPL TV's last video of the year. If it is, I wish you all a very happy new year, and I'll be back very soon, and returning with all the regular FPL TV content, including the point predictor, fixture watch, and much, much more. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to get subscribed if you haven't already. Good luck to you all for Game Week 20, and FPL responsibly.